In 2016, a large lottery scam operated across Canada and the United States. It targeted people who believed they had won a major prize. The scam appeared official. Victims received phone calls. They were told they had won a large lottery prize. But there was a condition. They had to pay a processing fee before the prize could be released. The scam used real names and real lottery brands. The messages sounded authentic. The documents looked official, and the phone calls were persuasive. Many victims believed they were receiving a legitimate prize. They were told the money was waiting, but the prize would not be released until the fee was paid. The scam was organized. It was not a random crime. Scammers operated from call centers. They used scripts. They used fake identities. They used pressure tactics. The scammers often targeted vulnerable people, older adults, people facing financial difficulties, and those who had already experienced a loss. One of the main locations linked to the case was Toronto, Canada. It was reported that the scam network used call centers in the city. They targeted victims across Canada and the United States. The scam became a major investigation. Law enforcement agencies worked together to identify the network. They traced calls, tracked money transfers, and monitored suspicious activity. In 2016 and 2017, authorities began making arrests. Several individuals were charged with fraud. The investigation revealed that the scam was responsible for large financial losses. Victims were told to send money through wire transfers, gift cards, and other untraceable methods. Once the money was sent, the scammers often continued to request more. The victims believed they were close to receiving the prize, and they continued to pay. The scam did not stop quickly. It continued long enough to cause serious damage. Law enforcement officials stated that the total losses were significant. Many victims lost their savings. Some were left with debt, and many experienced emotional distress. The case highlighted how easily fraud can spread across borders. The scammers operated in Canada, but the victims were in both Canada and the United States. This case also highlighted a major weakness. People often trust official-looking information. They trust names, logos, and professional documents. The scammers exploited that trust. They created a believable narrative, a real-looking lottery win, a promised prize, and a required fee. The key to the scam was urgency. Victims were told the offer would expire. They were told to act quickly. They were told not to involve anyone else. This prevented victims from seeking verification, and it increased the likelihood of payment. The 2016 Canadian lottery scam is an example of how modern fraud can operate. It uses technology, cross-border networks, and psychological manipulation. Authorities continue to warn the public about lottery scams. They emphasize that legitimate lotteries do not require fees. They do not ask for personal information through unsolicited calls, and they do not pressure victims to act quickly. This case is a reminder. Scammers can appear professional, they can appear legitimate, but the truth is simple. If a lottery win requires payment, it is a scam. If you want more serious investigative reports, real fraud cases, and financial crime investigations, subscribe to the channel and comment below. What do you think is the most effective way to prevent lottery scams in the future?